So here it is, my homemade battery storage charging tray. I think that's a great name. So I think that's what we're going to call it. And in this video I will show you how I made it, and I will show you what's in the tray. Before we get to the tray, I want to share a bit of background with you, because when we install an IKEA kitchen, we need some tools. And according to IKEA, we do not need a lot. No, we need some screwdrivers, a hacksaw, a hammer, and a measuring tape. But I'm afraid that's not going to cut it. We need some power tools. And the thing is with power tools, when you start buying power tools, it is like one is not enough. And then you get two, and then you get three, and all of a sudden you'll have a lot of them. And a lot of power tools means a lot of batteries. And a lot of batteries means battery chargers. And I don't like when it's a mess. I like things to be organized. So I looked at my tray with batteries and chargers and thought, what can I do about this? Oh well, lucky me. It turns out that DeWalt actually have a charging box for people like me who want to stay organized. So I got one of those and I loaded all my batteries into it. All my bigger batteries, that is, because I was still left with the batteries for the 12 volt and the 8 volt, which could not be charged in that battery box. So I still had something to figure out. At first I thought I would build something similar to the other box for the bigger batteries, for the smaller ones. So I got this box, but it turns out it was not a great idea. It was way too deep and it was just a bit complicated. It did not work for me. So I actually unbuilt that box again and I went back to the tray, but it was still a mess, so I decided to make the soon-to-be world-famous battery storage charging tray. So here it is, my battery storage charging tray. This one fits right inside my Tough 2 system from DeWalt, and I actually like it a lot. What I put inside here is, first and foremost, we have the extension cord that goes to the power. This one is 10 feet long and it's really heavy duty, and it goes to this surge protector where I can plug in a few extra if needed. I can actually plug in the big charging box I have for my bigger batteries. I can charge that from here as well when it's plugged in. And then I have two chargers built in to the tray. One is for my 12 volt batteries I use for my small drill, and the other one is the 8 volt I use for the very small one. The one I use when I assemble cabinets, the little oscillating thing. Oscillating? The little one with the gyro. That's what I mean. And over here I have a few USB cables I use for charging my phone, and I use them for charging my headphones as well. And other sorts of small things I need to charge during the workday can be connected right here. And if I take the cables out, I can also use this as a mobile phone holder, right? So I actually like it a lot, and I'm very happy that I made it. I wouldn't say it saved me a lot of time during the day, but I like to be organized. I like that everything has its place. Maybe I could have done this a bit better. Oh, something to upgrade. But I do like that it's neat and it's easy to access, instead of having to roll out the cables from all these chargers, right? As you see here at the bottom, there's some plywood, and that's just 1/2 inch plywood that I cut to the shape of this tray, and then I made a wall also out of plywood. There's no plywood at the bottom here, so this piece of plywood is sitting right there, connected to the bottom. And sorry for the noise. And what I did under the bottom here is that I cut a few strips of plywood I put under that bottom of plywood, so it's lifted, so there's room for the cables from those two chargers to come up here and be connected into the power bar. And then over here I made some room dividers for these batteries. I designed those and I printed them on my 3D printer, and the same for the 8 volt over here. Different size, but same procedure.
That's what I did. This one I designed and printed as well. And in the description to this video, I will leave the files for those. If you have a 3D printer, you can print them yourself, or you probably have a friend who has a 3D printer and can print those. If you don't have a 3D printer, you can order it online. There's plenty of services online where you can upload the file that you want to have printed, and they print it and they ship it to you. Not a big deal. If you like to stay organized like me, I suggest you can build something like this. And of course you can create the layout just the way you want it. Not like I want it, but the way you want it, to suit your needs. Okay?
And if you're still a little bit confused about the whole deal, then this is how it works. That I have it sitting inside my toolbox, and I can just open up, pull out the cord and connect it directly. And then I can charge my batteries sitting in the tray. And should I have the need to pick out a tool, I can take the tray and lift it out and put it on the floor. In reality, you can build a tray to suit the needs you have for the size of the batteries you have. What I did in my case is I took the deep tray from a DeWalt toolbox and I added a power bar in there. This one I picked as a very long cord of 10 feet, and then I put in a charger for my 12-volt batteries, and I put in this charger for my 8-volt batteries because that's the one I use. Then I used a bit of plywood to create the bottom in the tray and that partition wall between the room for the power cord and the chargers. And then you need a bit of screws. And then finally I designed and printed some parts. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, I will provide you with the files in case you want to print or have printed the exact same parts. The last thing I want to share with you is a little upgrade to the DeWalt tray, because as standard, the DeWalt tray comes with some ears that can hang on top of the toolbox. And they are just truly annoying because they keep flipping up and down. And when they are flipped down in the down position, the tray will fall into the toolbox. And that might be convenient to some who want to stack up the trays in the toolbox, but I do not want that. I want it to sit on top in my toolbox. So I don't want those ears to flip down all the time. So I designed and printed this one too. So you can do that too. I will leave a file for that in the description to the video. I know it's a bit nerdy now, but this is how you're going to put that thing in if you decide to print it or have someone else printing it for you. You take off that old one that sits on the tray already. And then you bring out a little knife that can go in to the hole at the top. You can see mine is a bit beaten up here because I tried to fix that flipping tab there before I decided to do something about it. But anyway, you put a knife in and you cut away that part you see protruding from the tray. And when that has been cut away, you can take that part you just printed and push it up from below. Push it all the way up through the hole, and then you will add a screw through that part into the wall of the tray. What I did after I took this picture is I took the screw out and put it on from the inside outwards into the part I just added, because that is stronger. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, please show your love and maybe even subscribe to my channel. And should you decide to leave a comment, that will make me extra super happy. So thank you so much.